People and situations do not trigger you. People and situations show you what your triggers are. They're already inside of you. People just let you know what they are. And there's this thing called a mirror. And this is going to change your life. This is the number one way that you can stop allowing situations and people to annoy and anger you. Welcome back to my channel. I'm life coach Meg Ellis, and today I am here to talk to you about people who annoy you. Those people who just really get under your skin. The people who frustrate you, the situations that irritate you and even fill you with anger. So today I'm going to share some insights that are going to cause less people and less circumstances to annoy you. I'm going to give you some secrets on how to become less triggered by other people and situations. So if you want to have better relationships in your life and generally would like less annoyance and anger in your life, tune in because this episode is for you. I want to share a story first. I just got back from Bali, and if you did not know this about me, I host wellness retreats with one of my best friends, my yoga colleague, Jose. He and I coach these wellness retreats. They're amazing, beautiful destinations all over the world. We've gone to Greece and Spain and Costa Rica, and we just hosted our first one in Bali. And if you've not been to Bali, it is truly, truly, truly one of the most beautiful and peaceful places in the entire world. You know, the whole eat, pray, love, finding peace and finding yourself in Bali, it's true. Let me just tell you, it is true. So if you have not been to Bali, go to Bali. I will tell you, it is a hike to get over there. I found myself in Bali, one of the most peaceful and kind and compassionate and just truly pure places in the world. And you think when you go there that you are going to be filled with all this peace and kindness and purity right off the bat too, right? That's just how it would work because you're there and you're immersed in the energy. And let me tell you, that was not the case. I traveled with a couple other people who were coming on the retreat. It's a mix of coaching and yoga, and some people end up traveling together to get there, especially for these longer destinations, these longer hikes. And so I'm taking this, we took a 4-hour flight to San Francisco, layover, a 16-hour flight to Singapore, another layover, and another 3-hour flight from Singapore to Bali. That was the trek. And the beautiful retreat, villa center, wellness place, whatever you want to call it, it was another, what we knew to be a 2.5 to 3 hour drive. So we've traveled for over 30 hours already, and you get there and you're just kind of ready to be there. You're over traveling, your sleep schedule's all off. We haven't slept on the plane, all that jazz. And we get into this shuttle, me and about 4 other women. And one of the women, she asked the driver to play us the music here. Like, what is some Balinese music? We want to just immerse ourselves right into the culture. And so he starts playing this music, and the only thing I can describe it as is absolute chaos. It is some type of flute and some type of other instrument. I want to, drumming. And I want you to imagine 2 separate artists playing music, doing their own thing. And they have no idea that the other person is also playing on the stage with them. There is no rhythm. There's no rhyme. There's no crescendo into a beat. There's no, chorus, refrain, chorus. It's just absolute chaos. And I don't know if it was the 30 hours of travel or what, but he starts playing this Balinese flute is, I think, what it was called. And okay, I was really trying to, I'm there. I'm in the piece. I'm in the whole culture of love and this energy. And oh my God, all I can tell you is this flute was driving me absolutely nuts. Nuts. And I was really trying not to be annoyed, but I could not help myself be annoyed. This 2.5 hour shuttle ride ended up being 5 hours. Everyone's over it. We're finally in Bali. And I'm telling you, listening to this chaotic flute music for 5 hours was driving me crazy. And I couldn't figure out, I'm in Bali. I've made it here. We're on a wellness retreat. I'm doing the thing that I absolutely love to do with my career, with my job, with my company. Why am I so annoyed with this flute music that is playing in the car? And I couldn't figure it out, and I remembered something profound that my friend shared with me once. And it was so profound, I want to share it with you because it applies to me in this Balinese flute chaotic situation in one of the most purest, peaceful places on earth. I am still being annoyed. I am still angry about this chaotic music that I was really trying to get into because I wanted to embrace the culture, but I just could not get there. I couldn't get myself to do it. And now I'm getting mad at myself because I'm not embracing the culture right off the bat. And I realized what my friend had told me once was true. The anger or the annoyance that is coming out in your world, the anger and the annoyance that is coming out in you, it's already inside you. This is just a means of letting it out. Whatever the situation is, the anger, the annoyance that I am experiencing because of this chaotic flute on this windy car ride for 5 hours that was supposed to be 2.5 hours, guess what? It wasn't caused by the extended car ride. It wasn't caused by the chaotic flute music that I was listening to for 5 hours. It was caused by myself. That anger, that annoyance, it was already inside of me. So I want you to look around your day. These road rage situations that I always talk about on my podcast, it's so relatable. That anger, the annoyance from somebody cutting you off, from somebody speaking over you in a meeting at work, from some tone in an email response, from a reaction that you're getting from somebody that wasn't the reaction that you wanted. That anger and that annoyance that is erupting within you, guess what? That's exactly the point. It is within you. It was already within you. And I'm telling you this not to make you feel bad or make you take on the responsibility of other people's reactions. I'm not telling you that. But I am telling you to take ownership of your annoyance and your anger, because when you do that, that is when you can actually make change. Because when you are constantly just blaming every situation, you can't do anything about that. So if you are somebody who wants to acknowledge that this anger and annoyance that is in your life, you want to acknowledge it, and you also want to accept the fact that it's there, but also want to change something about it, you don't want it to be there anymore, listen up, because there's only one way that you can do that. And that is accepting the fact that the anger and the annoyance that is coming out is already within you. So once you accept that, don't even listen to the rest of this episode if you're not willing to accept this, because I'm going to share how you can get rid of it, but you have to accept it first. You're going to accept, okay, this anger, this annoyance, it's already within me. This chaotic flute that is playing in this 5-hour car ride, that is not the cause of my anger. It's already within me. And you're going to ask yourself this. First, you're going to accept that. It's already within you. And second of all, you're going to ask, what is this telling me about me? Have you ever stopped and asked, what is this telling me about me? What is this chaotic flute music in a 5-hour windy car ride that is making me sick? What is this annoyance that I have telling me about me? And it's not going to be what you think. It's not going to be, oh, it's telling me that this music is really annoying. Nope, that is outside of yourself. What is it telling me about me? Keep it internal, because I'm going to tell you this, and do not forget this. People and situations do not trigger you. People and situations show you what your triggers are. They're already inside of you. People just let you know what they are. And there's this thing called a mirror. And this is going to change your life. This is the number one way that you can stop allowing situations and people to annoy and anger you. Because your life is about you. That's why the question, what is this telling me about me, is such a good question, because it brings it back to you, because your life is about you. It's not about the situation that you're in. It's not about the chaotic flute that's playing in the background, driving you crazy. It's not about the 5-hour car ride that should have taken 2.5 hours. It's not about that. Your life is about you. So asking questions, what is this telling me about me? That's a great place to start. Because guess what? Nobody is triggering you. They're telling you, they're showing you what your triggers are. So this concept of the mirror. You're going to take this and you're going to look at everything that is outside of yourself. The flute, the car ride, the person at work who's driving you nuts. What are they showing you about you? Everyone that you meet, every situation that you find yourself in is a mirror showing you about your own life, because your life is not about anybody else. It is so easy for us to make our lives about everybody else. It's actually a lot easier for us to do that, because when we blame other people or situations in our lives for our anger, for our annoyance, it's easy. And I love this quote. Brene Brown talks about blame. She says, blame is the fastest way to discharge pain and discomfort. That's it. That's all we're trying to do. So when you blame somebody else, first of all, I'm blaming this person who picked the music station. Why did you have to pick this? I don't want to listen to this for 5 hours. I'm blaming the travel agent who said that this ride would take 2.5 hours and not 5. It's the fastest way for me to discharge my pain and discomfort. I don't want to be angry. Let me put it on somebody else. Well, guess what? My life is not about somebody else. My life is not about the person who picked the music station or the travel agent who told me that the ride was going to be 2.5 hours. My life's not about that. My life is about me. And it's a lot easier for us to shift blame onto other people, because guess what? That means I'm shifting the pain, the discomfort, the annoyance, the anger onto somebody else rather than handling it myself. But guess what? I can't overcome it. I can't get rid of it if I consistently shift it towards other people outside of myself. I can't do anything about that. There's something called the point of power, and once you hear this, you're not going to unhear it. It is amazing. But to stay above the point of power, to hold all of your power, you have to take ownership, you have to take accountability, and you have to take responsibility. And that's for your actions, for your feelings, for your emotions, all of the jazz, right? All that stuff. Accountability, ownership, and responsibility. That is where you hold your power. And you want to do your best to stay above the point of power. That's hard to do, because it requires us to take a long, cold-hearted look at ourselves in the mirror, right? Our life is a mirror. Everything in your life around you is a mirror. And we have to hold on to that. And that's uncomfortable. And it's a lot easier for us to go below the point of power, where we blame other people. We give excuses. We stay in denial about certain things. Oh, I'm not responsible for my anger. This person is just angering me because they are an annoying person. Or this guy cut me off. He is in the wrong. He's the reason that I'm angry. Well, guess what? And we'll use an example of road rage just because I love that example, because, again, it's just so relatable. Especially if you live in a big city. There is just traffic everywhere. And the funny thing is, I was there for, I think, 7 days in Bali. And I did not see one stop sign. Not one. And that's not to say that there's no intersections. There are intersections. But everyone has this peace about them, this kindness and compassion. The anger, the annoyance is simply not there. I don't know what it is about Bali, the energy, the peacefulness, but they are not annoyed. They are not filled with anger and road rage. And to have intersections and not even have one stop sign, people are passing each other right and left. It's single lane roads. There's mopeds everywhere. There are no rules to the road. There's not one sign that says do this, don't do that. Not one. But yet people can drive there in peace. If you look at an intersection, it's, speaking of chaotic, truly chaotic, but it's not at the same time because there's this peacefulness about it where they care about each other and they let each other go and they're not in this hurry and they're not looking to blame other people for their problems. And they choose to not see that this is a problem. This is how we drive over here. Yeah, I have to let people go. I have to really truly care about the other drivers on the road and cyclists or motorcyclists, however it is, the moped drivers. And it's just interesting because they stay above the point of power. And I truly think that's what allows them so much peace in their life. They're taking accountability and their ownership and responsibility for even how they drive on the roads there. I am going to be responsible for keeping everybody else safe around me. I'm going to take ownership of how I can treat other people on the roads. And it's definitely something that we can take and apply over here, where they have this sense of caring for each other and they're enabled to be kind and compassionate towards others because they have this inherent belief that I think we can all adopt here. And this is another really great point, to take responsibility and ownership of your anger and your annoyance, your frustrations, your irritability, by accepting that nobody is out to get you. Nobody's out to get you. Accept that, believe that, write it down, get a tattoo of it. I don't care, but I want you to learn to believe it. Nobody is out to get you. And I truly do believe that that is a big reason why there's so much peace and good energy in Bali, because, and you can even just see it and experience it from just driving on their roads. They do not have this energy about them that, oh, somebody's out to get me. I have to get there first. I have to plow through this intersection of shuttles and cars and mopeds to get out first and look out for myself first. No, because they truly don't believe that anybody is out to get them. So lose that belief. And I want you to see, where is that popping up in your life, right? Again, your life is about you. Where, if you look at all these annoying, angering, frustrating situations in your life, where are you actually thinking that people are out to get you? Somebody is out to get you, whether it's road rage or Brenda at the office who keeps cutting you off in the meeting. Whatever it is, where do I have this feeling of somebody is out to get me? Because again, that's shifting the blame and the responsibility for your anger to other people. And when you shift that externally, you can't do anything about that, because wherever the responsibility goes, that's where the power goes to. And we go below the point of power where we're blaming, we're in denial, we're giving excuses, and we can't do anything about the situation. We can't do anything about the anger and the annoyance. We have to go above the point of power, back to that ownership, accountability, and responsibility. I am taking responsibility for my anger right now. Why am I annoyed right now? What is this telling me about me? And you're going to start to look at the things in your life that are annoying you and frustrating you, and you're going to ask yourself these two questions. What is this person teaching me that I have to learn in order to heal? What is this person teaching me? This person who keeps cutting me off in every meeting, that's annoying me, but why is it annoying me? What is it telling me about me? Okay. Why is this chaotic flute and this 5-hour car ride that should have been 2.5 hours? What is this telling me about me? What is it teaching me that I have to learn in order to heal? well, it could probably teach me to be a little bit more patient, that the travel agent wasn't out to get me by telling me that this car ride was going to be 2.5 hours and it was 5. I'm probably irritated at myself because I told everybody else that it was going to be 2.5 hours and it's 5. I feel like a liar. I feel like a fraud. That has nothing to do with anybody else. That is a starting point for me to reflect internally. What is this teaching me that I have to learn in order to heal? That's when I can truly start to release the annoyance and the anger. And the second question you're going to ask yourself, when you look at all these things in your life that are bringing you frustration, irritability, annoyance, and anger, and you're going to ask yourself, where do I see this within myself? Where do I see this within myself? And I love this quote by Gabby Bernstein. She's one of my favorite teachers. And she says, healing opportunities can be disguised as people who really piss you off. Pay attention, because they could be your greatest teachers. Whatever the situation is, this annoyance, this frustration, this irritability, what is this teaching me about myself? So to recap, the anger, the annoyance, the frustration, the irritability, nobody is bringing that out. Nobody is triggering you, because people do not trigger you. Situations do not trigger you. People show you, situations show you what your triggers are. What is this telling me about me? Because your life is about you, nobody else. Everything that is annoying you, simply a mirror. You're going to look in that mirror and it's showing you something about yourself. You're going to accept this and take responsibility for this. You're going to take ownership of your emotions, even those negative ones like frustration and anger and annoyance. And you're going to ask yourself, you're not going to blame anybody else. You're going to keep it here. And you're going to ask, what is this person teaching me that I have to learn in order to heal? And where do I see this within myself? And you're going to start there. Because if you look for these annoying, frustrating, angering situations to be healing opportunities, you will find them. So start there, and I guarantee you, you will find less annoyance, less anger, less frustration in your day. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you do, please subscribe. I post episodes like this all the time. And if you loved this episode, you're going to love my online community. It has additional extra podcasts with myself and all of the life coaches of Phoenix 8. And with your membership to the online community, you get to access all of those additional podcast episodes. There's extra coaching resources, there's self-guided courses, there's all kinds of stuff. So make sure you check out the show notes to get your special offer for that today. And of course, if you know somebody else who is really struggling with anger and annoyance and being frustrated, send this episode to them. I love it when you share my podcast with other people. I love it when I see it on your stories and in your social media, because it helps me grow, it helps you grow, it helps us all grow, it helps the show grow, so I can continue to produce amazing episodes and get awesome guests on that we can all learn from. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing this with other people that you care about. That's all I got for you today. Of course, I'm going to leave you the way I leave you every single day. It's this: expect good things always, and they will happen.